Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chloe. I am going to be testing out a few of the viral TikTok makeup hacks that I've seen. I know you guys have seen them all. I've definitely been seeing them all for quite a while now. Finally decided to give some of them a shot, so I picked the ones that I saw the most of and the ones that just intrigued me the most that I wanted to try, and we're gonna test them out, see how well they work. So let's just jump right in and get started with it. So we're gonna start off with face makeup. This trick is basically you're supposed to moisturize, do setting powder, setting spray, primer, and then your foundation over top. There's a lot of steps there. But it's basically just supposed to make your face makeup last all day long, reduce creasing, just give kind of a flawless finish. So let's try it out. I'm gonna go in with my Cerave moisturizing cream. I don't like to stick my hands in here because bacteria. So I take this little scoop thing and I just dip it in there. This stuff is so thick. I have drier skin than I do oily skin. And then I just like to give that guy a good spritz of alcohol. All right, let that guy really soak in. I'm gonna go in with my Airspun powder. This stuff normally gets everywhere. I'm just gonna take my super big fluffy brush and put it all over. I kind of feel like I'm not doing enough because every video I watched, I don't know, it was a lot. That's a lot. I don't know, they did it. I'm gonna do it. Oh my god, it looks like a bomb went off powder here. Okay, I really hope that's enough. What a mess. That powder is always creating disasters for me. Okay, so now I'm supposed to use my setting spray. I am going to take my Max Fix Plus. A good healthy spritz. I think I opened my mouth for that one. Blech. Definitely want to make sure the setting spray is fully absorbed in. I mean, my skin already looks really smooth with just those. So then I'm gonna take my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. This stuff used to be all the rage. Oh my gosh, I can still feel the powder. Now that my face has some shine to it again. All right, and then from here, I would go in and do my foundation. I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Foundation in the shade, is M3 the shade? M3 Golden Beige? Maybe just golden beige. I'm honestly just gonna go for it. I'm gonna dot this around. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush. I'm really curious how this is going to cover my breakouts, honestly. Okay, first of all, is this color too dark for me right now? I don't think it's that bad. I think it's okay. You need to use a bright concealer. Okay, it did really well there. And then, do I put anything over this? I mean, I don't think so, right? Back over the ears, because if it is too dark for me, my ears are not gonna be pale. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to wet my sponge quickly. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, but I feel like I can see actually a lot of texture on my skin, and I wanna say that's from the powder. So I am gonna take my wet beauty blender and go over it and just kind of pat it in and see if that does anything. I'm gonna try this side of my face first. Ooh. I think I'm currently making this worse. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit to see if you guys can see what's happening on my skin here. I'm really not sure how well you can see this, but I just feel like you can kind of see every single solitary pore on my face. And this side that I went over with the beauty blender, I don't know, it almost looks patchy. I don't know, it could be the foundation I used, it could be the powder I used. I could have used too much powder, to be honest. But every girl was using so much powder. All right, well, regardless, I have to put concealer on. I am just using my Born This Way concealer right now in the shade Very Fair. That's kind of embarrassing. You know what? Now that I'm a redhead, I feel like I can get away with the fair skin. I'm not a big self-tanner. I wish I was more into it. It's just so much work. It's so much work. So I do like the fact that being a redhead makes me get away with my very fair skin. All right, let's move on to eyes. I am gonna take my Milani eye primer here. I need to grab all the flat brushes I can find because we are gonna try that one little hack that's you draw the lines of eyeshadow and then go and blend it in. I'm so boring and basic, but I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Sorry, KVD Beauty. I'm gonna start off with the darkest shade here. on the outer corner. Oops, probably should have done this way. Like, this feels so wrong because, like, how the heck am I gonna blend that? That might be my fault, right? Like, the way you apply this might matter even. Like, I believe this trick works if it is applied correctly. I just don't know how that's gonna blend. We'll see. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. So I'm starting from my lash line because I want the most pigment not to be at my crease, and then I'm just going up from there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this looks like a mess. Feeling very wrong about this. Why is this kind of hard? Like, they make it look so easy. Mine does not look like the other girls right now. Am I doing something wrong? Like, is it me? Is it me? Am I the drama? I'm sorry, I had to. I'm gonna go in with this lighter brown. Like, I feel like they got a pigmented stripe like right away. And look at here, I am like struggling. I also do think they went down. You know, I could easily just pull up the TikTok again to like see how they did it, but I thought this was supposed to be easy. Like, this is like a beginner trick. And here I am, looking like a fool. Put your pants on the ground. I'm sorry, you guys. My brain is like all over the place today. The ADHD is kicking in pretty bad. Okay, and most times I've seen them do like a sparkly shade on the inner corner, but I want to try a different eyeshadow trick, so I'm not going to do a sparkly shade. I'm just going to do a neutral shade. I'm going to take this shade right here. And this one I'm definitely, for obvious reasons, less worried about. I know will blend out easily for sure. Hopefully it'll help blend the other ones out too. Okay, now that I look like a crazy person, I am just gonna take a super fat fluffy brush and we're gonna try blending this. So I think I'm gonna start in the crease with a light hand, windshield wiper motion back and forth. I don't know, you guys. Should I have started in the front actually? That did not work. That just blended them all together. Am I using too fluffy of a brush? I'm gonna go in with not as fat of a fluffy brush, a little bit of a skinnier one. I'm gonna start in the front because I think I blended the dark ones in too much, whereas I wanna blend the light ones out. You guys, I'm not feeling this. Those TikToks are freaking liars. Look at my eyes. I look like I got punched in both eyes. That is my color choice as well though. But like, it should work with any eyeshadow look you want to do. If I wanted to use neutral browns, I should be able to use neutral browns and get the outcome that everyone else is getting, right? Like, this is meant for beginners and I'm not a beginner. Did I really manage to fuck it up that badly? I don't think so. They just make it look a lot easier than it actually is. I have so many questions. So here's the thing. It's easier to go from your crease to your lash line. You get more pigment going from crease to lash line, but it's a little bit harder to get rid of the harsh lines with that. It worked better than I expected though. Maybe it works better with some different shades. It would probably look a little bit better if I did do a sparkly shadow in the inner corner, because then you could really be like, that's the inner corner color. It doesn't stick out as much as a sparkly shadow would have. You have to make sure that there is a lot of pigment put down when you try this one, because that's the other thing is you cannot tell that there's a gradient here. The only reason you can tell is because my inner corner was a little bit brighter, but that's it. Basically, I don't like this one. They make it look so easy. I don't think it's that easy. I'm gonna fix this a little bit. All right, we are going to try the eyelash curler cut crease. I have high hopes for this one. This one I feel like should work. So I'm just gonna take my Born This Way concealer. I'm really gonna focus this on the front because I don't really care about my outer corner. I'm gonna try that there. I hope you can see that. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just going to place. I mean, this one should work, right? I can work with that. It's not perfect, but I can work with it. See, the whole point of this is to not have to draw the line, but like my line's a little indented there, so I need to fix it. So, all right, and then just blend it out. Okay, all right, and then I'm just gonna blend this bad boy out a little bit. We have a puppy dreaming in the back. It worked fairly well. I messed it up a little bit. That was me, my bad, where you see this little hump there. Overall, it's pretty good. So I had to make sure to wipe it off so I can do the other side because obviously it's gonna be switched. Let's try this again. I'm kind of wondering, should I put it on like this post here that gets in my inner corner a little bit more? Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna drag it farther. Okay, I did. I put it on there. Here is what it's looking like for the second eye. I'm gonna try to stick this in my inner corner a little bit more. It's a lot of freaking concealer. And then all I have to do from here is kind of drag it down, and then I'm just gonna blend it out. Ooh, God, how do I keep messing this up? Okay, maybe do not put as much concealer as I did because it's gonna be harder to work with. Definitely start with a lighter layer and then you can always go back and add more. This side worked a lot better than this side did. I think this one's the best one so far. So I don't know if I would put it as far as I did. Definitely use less concealer than I did. It'll be easier to work with. You can always go and build the concealer back up if it's not pigmented enough. But I actually think it's pretty perfect. Like, I think it's definitely a great hack to get the hang of. You do have to kind of get the hang of the hack in the first place, but it's a lot easier to get the hang of that than just try and learn a cut crease. It's a much faster way to do a cut crease, and that is for sure. So I'm gonna say this one works. Let's go and put a pretty sparkly shadow over that. I'm gonna take my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I love this packaging, but like it collects dust. I'm gonna take this sparkly shade in here and just press that down. This shade is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. Now I need to bring the dark back in and blend it together a little bit more. Really pretty. I'm happy with that. All right, I'm going to finish up my makeup and then I will come back. I completely forgot. I wanted to try the contour like way up here. So I don't have a cream contour, but I do have my NYX contour palette, so I'm just gonna go in with one of these shades. The whole point of this is supposed to be, it's like up here. Like it's like really high up. I'm just gonna blend this bad boy out. It's basically my cheekbone. Like this is where I apply highlight. Like this isn't even where I apply blush, it's where I apply highlight. And blend it out. Wow, it really does. And then make sure to go up my temples. It feels so wrong, like it feels so wrong, but it looks so good. I'm sure this would work better with a cream contour. I definitely need to get my hands on one, but I'm working with what I got. Let me try applying blush just above that. This feels so wrong. Just tap that in. Definitely need blush on my nose because I feel like doing the blush a little bit farther out. I need it to bring more warmth in, but I don't want it to drop my face down, so I don't want to do it on the apple. So making sure that I have a good amount of blush on my nose is going to be key. And then I guess highlight would just go right on top of this, which also feels super weird, but we're gonna do it anyway. That one I like. I like that one. That one also gets a thumbs up. You'd have to think that that would be a great trick for older women to use to give that more lifted effect. All right, you guys, those are all the tricks that I have for today. If there's any others that I missed that you want me to try out for you, let me know in the comments below. Couple that worked, couple that didn't. I like the cut crease, I like the contour. I don't know how I feel about the face. I don't really wear face makeup though, so that could be it as well. It could be the products that I used on that one. You'll probably have to try that one and the eyeshadow trick out for yourself maybe and see if you guys could do a better job than I was able to. Those just didn't work very well for me. Hope they work better for you than they did for me. Now that everything's kind of settled a little bit, I like how my skin looks a little bit better. That could be the makeup I put over top of it too though. So yeah, that is all that I have to try out today for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already and leave me a like because it really helps me out. See you guys in the next one.